said, since Savian joined the two parts of his soul or mind or memories? I shrugged. She jabbed the spatula at me. That sums up everything. What that? The shrug. You just take all of this in stride, like it's normal for a young man to have half of his mind and soul or whatever broken in two. One part of him nothing more than a ghost, the other part of him alive and struggling to do the simplest things. And then it's normal to shove those two pieces of him back together again so that he's someone different, even though he's the same. It's not normal, I said. It's just I've been aware of this level of magic and magical cost and retributions for months. You've only just found out about it. It takes a while to get used to it all. You could have told me. About the authority? She nodded. Ah, so this was what had sparked the baking explosion. I relied on Nola. Magic had always made me pay the price in pain, like everyone else who used it, and then it had taken a chunk of my memories for good measure. I'd lost fewer memories lately, but if what Jingo Jingo had said about my father, Daniel Beckstrom, was true, it was possible people, like my dad, had also used magic to take my memories. Nola had always been the one to give me back my memories when I lost them. For her to be able to do that, I confided in her and told her everything that was happening in my life. Everything, even the uncomfortable stuff. Until I met Xavier Jones, got framed for my father's murder, tangled with the secret organization of magic users, and realized telling Nola everything I was mixed up in might just get her killed. "Why didn't you?" she asked. I dragged my hand back through my hair, trying to tuck it behind my ears, even though it was too short to stay put. It was strange to think that it had been only 2 days ago we'd been fighting for our lives in St. John's, fighting against the very people who were going to be gathering now, here, to try to stop an even bigger threat. Leander and Isabel. We knew they possessed the Overseer, the one person who held the highest and most powerful position in the Authority, which meant they had every member of the Authority in the world at their beck and call. All we had was us. Well, and cookies. I didn't know who was going to make the decisions about what to do next. Maybe Victor Forsyth, who had been my faith magic teacher, or maybe Maeve Flynn, who taught blood magic and was also my friend Seamus Flynn's mother. Hell, it could be twins Carl and Law, since they'd stepped up to serve as spokespersons for the Authority right after the battle with Jingo. Whoever it was, they'd have a plate full of hard choices in front of them, like how to stop Leander and Isabel, and how to convince every other magic user in the world that 2 dead people were possessing the highest-ranking magical official in their organization. Must be a big reason if it's taking you that long to answer. Nola scooped dough that smelled like peanut butter onto the sheets. Not really, I said. I'm just not at full speed yet, on anything. I'm not surprised, she said. Maybe you should get some sleep before the meeting? No, Maeve wants to talk to Zay, Shame, Tarek, and me to see how we might use the discs to cure magic, and I want to see how Shame and Tarek handle magic now. Now? Since the fight, when they died for each other using magic. I said it as if that explained everything, only it didn't really explain anything, not to a woman who had spent most of her adult life living in a small town on a large farm without magic. Zay and I are soul complements, I said. We can make magic bend the rules of what it will and won't do. All soul complements have that ability. I think that's why it's so rare to have 2 people linked together in that way. When you use magic together like that, you can do things other magic users can't do, usually deadly things. How many soul complements are there? In Portland? In the world? I don't know. I've never asked. For the briefest moment, a parade of faces flashed behind my eyes. Memories from my dad, who was possessing a corner of my mind. Memories of people he knew. Soul complements. Men and women, young and old, from a variety of different ethnic backgrounds, all smiling in that over-the-moon-in-love kind of way. Several of the faces carried with them Dad's emotions, and I was surprised.